All right. I got a question from one of my group members. Okay. And I thought it was pretty relevant to mostly marriages and relationships. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to identify who the person is, but this is what the question was. I'm married. Okay. This is what he said. I'm married, but there are days where I don't feel like talking to my wife. I don't feel like talking to my friends, even my parents, and I feel lonely. I feel alone. So what do I do about it? I mean, and this is not a. This might surprise people who are single. Okay, that how can you feel lonely when you have a partner? But I can assure you this much: this is very much a reality. Unless, of course, you're newly married or your marriage is perfect. The reality is, or the rather, let me rephrase it. The reality for many people is they don't talk to their partners uh, about everything. Yes, when you do have a partner, you talk about, couple of things here and there. Like if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, you can literally talk, you know, hundreds of things. But when you stay with a person 24/7, the topics of discussion are far and few. You just get busy with a lot of things to do. Now, you mostly will talk about, okay, serious stuff. You have to pay this, you have to do that. This person, or you'll talk about other people. This person did this person did that. But then it is very different from talking to your friends. With your friends, you can talk about, let's say you're a guy, you can talk about, oh, that girl, I'd like to do that, and you know, uh, football or cricket or sports, which you can't do with your wife. And obviously, girls, when they are within themselves, they can talk those private stuff which they can't talk to unknown strangers or to men. So the question, what do you do? I'll tell you what I do and what I've recommended to my clients. Okay? You can put your comments and thoughts below. So first is what I do. Here's a funny thing. The people I've been dating or the people I've been sexually involved, or including my, 3 ex-wives and this one, the current one, you'll be surprised to know I don't talk. I don't talk much. Seriously. I might talk a lot on YouTube. I might talk to my clients, guide them, But with my partner, with my kid, I don't. Even with family members around, I really don't. And the reason being is the things that I'm interested in or passionate about, they can't relate to it. You can tell them, I got a big customer, or I made some money, or I'm buying this. But that is where it stops. Or you'll talk about the serious stuff. Bills have to be paid, or this person, this happened, that happened, or, the typical gossip. But that's where it ends. So what do I do? Well, obviously, I run a YouTube channel, so there's a lot of talking to be done. But let's assume I don't do that. Then what do I do? Well, I keep myself busy with exercise or gaming. But then let's assume I still get bored. Well, then the only option is to talk to people you interact with. Like in my gym, suppose I'm really bored and I see someone interesting, I might pick up a conversation with them. Need not be just a girl. Can be a guy, can be someone who's old. Like that day, I spent, I think, 15 minutes talking to a bunch of foreigners who were there. They are old timers. And we were just talking about traffic fines and the challenges of staying here. Okay. Now, that being said, what are the other ways? I have a dirty little secret which I'll share with you, which obviously will not be a secret anymore after I share it. On Facebook and Instagram and all these apps that have people you can chat with. I always send them a hi, how are you, how's it going, and then people chat up. Now, only thing I'll tell you, be careful is don't start chatting with a member of the opposite sex for, killing time on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional website. Don't start making it a dating site. Hey, how are you? What are you doing? You know, don't start, and especially if you're a man, don't do it with a woman. Okay, if a woman does it to a man, normally a guy wouldn't mind it. But guy, don't do it to a woman, because I'll tell you, girls get a lot of desperate men who try to hit up on them. So especially LinkedIn, don't do it. Instagram, the problem is it's become more of a site where, either you get people who are scammers or people who are there for, paid sex, or someone who just wants to manipulate and take advantage of someone. Instagram is bad. Tinder is worse. So you're obviously left with Facebook. Now, Facebook, just be careful that when you do send someone a message, especially if you're a guy sending to a girl, she can take the screenshot. Maybe you might say, oh, I can delete, unsend the message. They can take a screenshot. And same goes for WhatsApp. So in my case, what I do is, when I do feel alone, I chat with guys or girls, mostly girls. And obviously you'll be like, oh, so what do you talk with girls? Well, see, me getting lonely is far, very, very rare. The reason being is I'm more of a public personality. Okay. But let's say I was not, then obviously 20, 30 females, I'll send hi, how are you and all, wait for someone to respond. Whoever responds, I'll have a decent conversation with them. And be careful, don't just start with a sexual undertone. People get creeped out. Wait for them to open up. Okay, if you're a guy. If you're a girl, trust me, it's far more easier. But then again, be careful, because you do not know who the guy you're chatting with. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so that's the second one. Obviously, guys enjoy sex chats. Girls may not enjoy that very much. Girls like the real thing. Guys like fantasy world. Okay. Another thing I'll tell you, be wary of chatting with these paid apps where they say, okay, you can talk to random strangers, and they have a billing process which can really take you for a ride. I know one guy from India. It was supposed to be 15 minutes free, and then you get billed, $10 or whatever. He kept chatting, and I think he chatted till 9:55 that time. But when he tried to cancel it, there was some delay. Then immediately he lost his money for the 1 hour. So just be careful. Websites know how to take advantage. In one other case, one guy kept chatting with a female without even seeing the time. Before he knew it, he was billed for, I think, 1 week or 15 days or something. They had a pricing slab. I don't know which website, can't remember. Okay, so that's another one. Then, if that is not available, okay, which I'll be shocked if you don't have that also. The other one is, this one is not good. It's not recommended. But then again, if you're so desperate and, let's face it, you're absolutely poor and you're absolutely ugly and you don't have any option to meet anyone, create a fake account. What else to do? Chat with somebody. At least that will keep you interested. Because you're talking of killing time, right? Okay. So enjoy that way. I remember before Facebook became a thing, there used to be these chat groups where, different chat groups where guys and girls used to come. Mainly it was guys with desperate guys and bots. But if you did get a female, it would be great. Yahoo chat groups. I don't know if it is still there. The last I remember, I was there, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Okay, now if that is not something that you prefer, then I suggest joining groups. Like join groups where people have common interests, like running groups, public speaking groups, charity groups, events. Join one of these groups, and in fact, even you can take up part-time work. You'll be surprised if I tell you this. If you join, let's say, an events, They give you even something as silly as security. Let's say you're a big buffed up guy, you're just standing there as security. You get to meet a new person, or let's say you're a coordinator. That itself will keep you busy and have you talking to somebody. Okay, but last and not the least, the final option is start a new friendship. But here, I would just caution you, because when you start a new friendship, the person who is starting the friendship with you is also lonely. And then what happens? They tend to be clingy, or some of them can be really manipulative and dangerous. The last thing you need is someone disrupting your house and peace of mind. So yeah, these are the things. In fact, what I tell you is, if you're the one who's lonely right now, take a sheet of paper, write down all these options that I've given you, and keep trying something or another. I can assure you, all this, if you do, you will get something. Now, if after all this you're still lonely, then there is some serious problem with you, which you need to consult a psychiatrist or psychologist, seriously. Because just think of people who are locked up in prison, who can't talk to anyone. Forget talk to anyone, they can't interact with anything. They're just locked in a room where there's nothing. There's no newspaper, there's no wall, there's no phone, there's no internet, there's no noise. So how do they survive? So you, with people around you, with opportunities, with freedom, that also a smart device and internet and free apps and games, and if still you feel lonely, then you have a psychological issue, mental issue, and you really need to approach a doctor. Hey, but look on the bright side. When you approach a doctor, at least there you'll have someone to talk to. Then you won't feel lonely. And when you shell out money every time you meet the doctor, you'll automatically say, okay, I think I can talk to myself. And yeah, by the way, talking to yourself is also a good thing. Or even writing a diary. I used to do that when I used to be locked up in the house. I used to write a diary, and that used to really help me in my times of loneliness. I still have some of my diaries, which has to write page after page. Blogging is also a good idea, or go to Quora and answer questions, or simple Instagram videos, 1-minute videos. There's so many ways, man. Or nothing else, in a WhatsApp group chat. So there's endless possibility. Anyway, having said this, these are some of the solutions I suggest. Be smart and intelligent about it. And remember, one final thing is, when you chat, remember it's written evidence. Okay? So think twice before you start putting stuff out there which can later cause you trouble. Having said that, I hope this answers your question. Feel free to put your thoughts and comments down below. And yeah, don't spam me with stupid questions. This is a one-off thing. But you start spamming me with countless questions, block. Then you can talk to the hand. Alright? Chalo, yalla. You guys take care. It's me signing off.